Berlin, August 1962. A few months after the wall was built. A young border guard named Willie is sitting between heaven and earth. From the top of his observation tower, he watches the wall. Deep down, within the night, he only has one fear: having to shoot a man, a woman, or a child who would try to break through the concrete wall and barbed wire. Yet, killing is his duty now. Dorrit has no will to pass the border illegally. Her life is in East Berlin. The wall protects her world, her references, who she loves. But within a few days, her convictions fall apart. And escaping to West Berlin sets up a dilemma: giving up on her life or being pulled apart from her son. At the same time, on the other side of the wall, Marinetta and her support group for fugitives are cautiously preparing an underground escape of about 20 people from East Berlin. The operation is risky, but Marinetta has one obsession: to help her dad run away. 3 people bound by the Berlin Wall, 3 lives hit by fear, doubt, love. 3 destinies hang by a single thread. A real documentary thriller, Walled In deploys a world halfway between fiction and documentary, a graphic novel with an easy reach that plays the codes and uses of Instagram. This unique hybrid experience is inspired by real stories and narrated over 3 chapters and 10 episodes. The stories are the ones of men and women whose lives were turned upside down overnight by the construction of the wall. These stories are being told by graphic, interactive, and pithy storytelling that dives the reader into the thickness of an era, a city, and incredible destinies. The experience is imagined as a saga flash up on screens. Every episode is directed by mixing collage, illustrations, and photo archives to dive the reader in the interval between fiction and reality. Stories are reserved for the documentary part of the project. They enlighten the parts of 3 main characters. Their goal is to reveal the sharpness of the Berlin Wall's history through exceptional photos, archives, testimonies, and historical text. Here, by interacting with the audience, the wall's history is being told, as well as the one of 2 different societies in development on both sides of the border. 2 worlds with various cultural, political, and sociological aspects that we have watched at each other and fantasized one another for almost 30 years. With our project, we are willing to meet a young audience and introduce them to a reality they have not lived, a reality they have not known. This reality makes even more sense now that we celebrate the fall of what we thought was going to be the last wall. Nowadays, walls are still destined for some bright futures in a world where we bring people apart arbitrarily. By experimenting with a new way of storytelling, Walled In tries to show, understand, and question this irrepressible urge for freedom that struck Berlin in the 60s on the east side as well as the west side. Nowadays, this urge cannot live as a simple memory. Over the last 2 months, we have published approximately 30 episodes and 20 documentary stories. Our content was followed, read, and shared by a community of more than 3,000 curious individuals. Among these individuals were people passionate by social history, graphic novels, influencers, national media, and individuals from all walks of life. We thank them all for their support, their questions, their enthusiasm towards a unique narrative object.